this one's for Will. How does it feel from going from being the Enterprise's most hated child on the Next Generation? Okay, I actually have a question for the audience. And to be honest, how many of you really hated What's the Question? How many of you actually really like What's the Question? Star Trek, who were around the same age as me, have gotten older. I've learned that the people who were like, we hate you, and here's the 67 ways we want you to be impaled on a killed, were truly a vocal and cruel minority. And that there was just a lot of other people who just didn't, who were too young to be on Usenet and didn't. So if I could just sort of challenge the premise of the first half of the question, and so people who responded to that, both sides, is totally cool. So to go from playing a character that was that received really like mixed reviews to a character who people really love to hate is really fun. It's super fun to be the character that I know people are like, how can you treat her like that? And it's the same thing on Big Bang Theory. How could you break up Leonard and Penny? Which I always reply, no, you're missing the point. I won bowling. The villain is the hero of his own story.
Television show on a network as, being a woman trying to get this done?
I think it's certainly easier for us to get what's doing. The risk financially for a sponsor or an advertiser is much lower. So, and they're not a lot, the pool of people clamoring to make low-budget web series is much smaller. Somebody's trying to make $1 million episodes of TV shows. There is, I think, a difference in the tech world a little bit about women, because we are behind our computers, and I think the more you're online, you realize that you treat people the way that they're, who they are, versus the way they look or your perception of them. So people are a little bit more intimidating, and that's what I love about the internet. You can have a group of people, like, our cast is completely believable. We can know each other and really have a good time with each other in the virtual life. And it probably wouldn't happen in real life because we do have preconceived notions about people. Their age, or their sex, or their race, or their religion, and we put barriers just unknowingly. So I think being in the online world is a little bit more easier for us. We do love working in web series because of creativity, freedom, and everything.
Yeah, I don't know if for me it has so much to do with being a woman as it just had to do with being able to make something, that we wanted to make, and the fact that we're both women is a coincidence, kind of. That's not true, but it's really just that Felicia had a great script, and we knew that it was about people who understand how to work the internet's machine, and so it just seemed like a very logical step to bring it directly to that source. And she'd already been told by TV folk that it was too niche, and so here we are 2.5 years later, and you guys are here. There you are.
We have one more question.
Okay, one more question.
My name is Brett, and I just have to ask Felicia, are we going to see any more Whedon involvement?
Whedon involvement?
Yes.
Joss Whedon infuses everything I do because he's my hero. So he always inspires me because he is the one person in Hollywood who I feel his voice always comes through. And whatever I'm doing, I always try to think about that when I'm doing something, and I always will. So it would be great to have a more gender involvement or any meeting, any infusion of gluten in anything is always better, makes it better. It's kind of like vanilla. Salt if it's safe.
Cool, so we're going to wrap it up. I want to tell you a couple of things before we go. First of all, directly after this, these guys are going to leave and they're going to go to our booth, which is 4201 by the doors in Hall F. So all of you instead of coming to the stage, they're leaving. So go to Hall F.
They're going to be avatar skins for the guild on Xbox soon.
Oh yeah! So we're going to go there. We're going to have a sign-in with the entire cast, and Greg Rodowitz is going to have the Fox Critics print, and the artist will sign them as well. So please join us there. And also tonight at 7:30, if you don't know, Sandeep Puri created, wrote, and directed a web series called Story. It's very, very naughty and it's awesome. And they're doing a panel in room 780 tonight at 7:30. So please don't miss that. And any parting words, Alicia?
Thank you so much for loving what we do.
Thank you guys.